What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scalar Learning channel. What's up, everybody? So, hey, for me personally, I watched Scalar over you. The problem is, oh, awesome. Oh, wow, we got a lot of questions going on. Listen, I just want to say, for those of you guys who tuned in yesterday, oops, let me mute this here. Okay. So, oops, let me mute this. So here's the deal. Yesterday, what happened was I did this test, and my computer totally glitched out. People were saying that I had too many tabs open. Actually, it was probably true. And so today, I'm trying to do it again, and I'm hoping that the signal stays strong and we have a nice, healthy stream for the duration of this. So I'm going to kind of keep an eye on it as well and make sure it's not glitching out. And I restarted my computer and cleared out the cache and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that now it's going to be smooth sailing and I don't actually need a new computer and this one's still good. The only downside is, I like to take these tests fresh and for the first time and all that. And in this case, that is, this is not a first attempt, right? I'm taking this for now the second time in a row, but that's okay. We'll do our best. And, I'm still going to go through and solve the problems within the time limit, and hopefully it'll be similar to how I did it yesterday. So that's just a little caveat, because if you guys know and you do watch me a lot, that is how I usually like to do it, and I do find that to be the most effective typically. So anyways, without further ado, we got the timer set up, and it's lagging again. Uh-oh. It's not lagging right now, is it? I hope it's doing okay right now. Let me see. Oh, no, it looks like it's okay. It's not lagging here. Okay, so we are going to go for it right now. A little bit. Okay, let's see how it goes. Fingers crossed, guys. I'm going to keep checking in periodically, make sure it's doing okay. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait, you know what? Hold on, let me see if there's anything else I can close. Let's close Spotify. Let's close this thingy. I don't think I need this. Let's close. Okay. Close everything possible. Hoping now it's nice and solid. All right. Fingers crossed. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. According to the system of equations above, what's the value of x? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the top one by 2. Oops. Because I want it so that the x's cancel out. Everything by 2, and the bottom stays the same. Equals -3. Now we just combine. This is my elimination method. Cancels. 2x plus x is 3x. 42 minus 3 is 39. Divide both sides by 3, and we get x equals 13. Boom. Done. Number 2, which of the following is the graph of the equation y equals 3x minus 2? We need a y-intercept of -2, slope of 3. Wrong y-intercept, right y-intercept. Is it the right slope? Up 3 over 1. Yes, it is. B is the answer, and that is it. Okay, number 3, which of the following expressions is equivalent to this? So I remember this one yesterday. Now, my first go-to is always to factor. That's all I'm thinking about, right? So I go like this, and I factor the equation. Oh, I do see it's lagging just a touch. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Yeah. Okay, I think it's doing okay. I got to figure this out. Anyway, so my first go-to is I always factor, right? So I say x and x. What times what equals 21 and adds to 10? That's 7 and 3. So I did this last time, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't see that as one of the options. So that is a great way to go. Then I'm like, okay, what we have to do here is obviously then just figure out which one of these, when you FOIL it, adds up to that. So I tried systematically one by one. This one becomes x squared plus 9x plus 1x, right? I'm just foiling, plus 9. That becomes x squared plus 10x plus 9 added to that 12 at the end becomes 21. Actually, the first one is it, right? So this is your actual correct answer. If you FOIL that out and simplify, you get this. This one, that 12x would throw it off. The 5, you can see right here, the final numbers are going to multiply to 21 plus 5 is 26. These are going to be 21. That's cool. But this one would be x squared plus 10x, we'd still get a 10x, plus 21, and the 5x would make it 15x, so it's off. Okay, next. In the xy plane, point A is containing the graph of the solution set system of quantities as well, which of them could be the coordinates of point A. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug and chug. So I got 2 going into there. That's -4 plus 11, and we'd have 1 here, and that doesn't work. So A is out. I'm trying to make them, it has to fit both inequalities, but that one failed the first, so it's out. This one is 4, 1, so it's negative 8 plus 11, and here is 1. 1 is not greater than 3. That's also out. 4 and 5. So this would be 4 times negative 2 is negative 8 plus 11 is 3. 5 would be the y. 5 is greater than that. And then double check the second one. 4 times 3 is 12 minus 9 is 3. 5 is greater than 3, so it's this one. So now I'm going to show you what I was doing sort of mentally. If I plug 5 in there, it becomes 5 is greater than or equal to negative 2 times 4 plus 11, and this is a true statement, right? That becomes 5 is greater than 3. For the bottom, it becomes 5 is greater than 3 times 4 minus 9. 12 minus 9 is 3, so 5 is greater than 3. It works. I like that for inequalities that plug and chug. In the xy plane, line L passes through points 0, 1, and 1, 4, which is defined in the equation. Okay, first of all, the y-intercept is positive 1 because 0, 1, that's my y-intercept, so that's out and that's out. My slope is, whenever I find slope, I stack the coordinates as such. Subtract down, 4 minus 1 is 3, over 1 minus 0 is 1. So the slope is positive 3, not 1/3, and there we go. Next, number 6. Which of the following satisfies the equation above? Now, you can plug and chug and see what works. I don't like to do that. I like to do it the standard way. So I'm going to add 2 square root x plus 1 to the other side. So I get square root of x plus 28 equals, because I'm adding it to square root x plus 1. I'm going to square both sides. X plus 28 equals, that squares to 4, and that just comes out of the square root because we're squaring it. Distribute. 4x plus 4 equals x plus 28. And then I get 3x equals, subtract 4, 24, x equals 8. And we're good to go. And then now let's double check. X plus 8 plus 28 is 36. 8 plus 1 is 9. So it's 6 minus square root of 9 is 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. Boom. Verified, checked, done. Numero 70. Triangle ABC, AC is extended to point D. What's the value of y minus x? First of all, what is y? The exterior angle equals the sum of the remote interior. So y must be 105 plus 35, which is 140. These guys are, what's it called? Sup. So x is 40. And then it's y minus x. 140 minus 40 is 100. Boom, done. Okay. 8. In the xy plane, the point 26 lies on the graph of this, where k is a constant. Immediately, I'm plugging that in. 6 for y, 2 for x, multiply both sides, k equals 12. So now I know my equation is y equals 12 over x, which of the following points must also lie in the graph. Okay, if I plug in 1 for x, do I get 3? Nope. If I plug in 1 for x, do I get 4? Nope. If I plug in 3 for x, do I get 3? Nope. Do I plug in 3 for x, do I get 4? I do. So this one is it. Okay. Numero 90. The formula above is, okay, by the way, I recognize this one a little late as a isolating quantities question, but that's what it is. When that is the case, I don't care about any of this, to be honest. All I see is every single one, they're isolating h. Simple. So how do I isolate h? First, I'm going to square both sides. And then that square root comes away, and I have 2dk over h. Then I'm trying to isolate h. I'm going to multiply both sides by h. That one goes away. And then I have hq squared equals 2dk. And then I'm going to divide both sides by q squared. There it is. H equals 2dk over q squared. Number 10. In the equation above, c is a constant. If the equation has infinitely many solutions, what is the value of c? Now, if it's infinitely many solutions, it means that these two sides of the equation are completely equivalent. So this is how we're going to figure it out. First, I'm going to distribute, right? Just our basic rules of distribution. 8x minus 2xc minus 2x. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Equals x. Then I'm going to combine like terms. 8x. I mean, these are all sort of like terms, but those can combine to become 6x minus 2xc equals x. Then I'm going to factor out the x, and I get 6 minus 2c. You see, I pull that out, equals x, which means that these two sides have to be the same, right? Which means that if this is a 1 in front of this. That means 6 minus 2c equals 1. Subtract 6 from both sides, and I get negative 5. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Those cancel out to be 5 halves. Boom, done. Numero 11. In 1962, the population of a bird species was 2,000. The population K years after 2000. The population K years after 1962 was 48. And got it. So there's a number of years where then the population drops to 48. And we could solve for it, but we don't need to. Which of the following is the best interpretation of 61? And K is the number of years. So when it's 1 year, K is 1. 2 years, K is 2, but whatever. I can tell you right now, since K is the number of years, 61 is the amount it's dropping per year. And it was this one, the average decrease in population per year from 1962 to K years. And that's right. Because that makes sense, right? If it's averaging a drop of 61 every year in 10 years, it's 610. Goes down by 610. All right, 12. The graph function above is shown in the xy plane where y equals f of x. Which of the following functions could define f? So I got a 0 at -3, I got a 0 at -1, and I got a 0 at 2. And these both have a multiplicity of 2. This is at +3. This is at +3. This is at -3, -3. These have the right zeros, but so it's C. Here's why. This has a multiplicity of 2, which means it should be x plus 1 squared. Same with this. Multiplicity of 2 is when it bounces off like that. This one, it penetrates, and that's a multiplicity of 1. That's why it's just x plus 3, not x plus 3 squared. And that's it. It's backwards there. By the way, if you forget that rule, something you could do is like plug in 3. You see that 3's got to be really positive. I see that -4 is going to be negative. So like, if I plugged in 3 here, let's just do it as a test. It'd be positive, positive, positive. Oh shoot, that doesn't work. I thought that would give you a nice answer here, but here it's all positive too. Maybe instead what you could, but you can plug in points. Like I can see, for example, 1 is supposed to be positive in the right answer. So if I plugged in 1 here, see, this one would give me a negative if I plugged in 1 because it'd be that negative is not getting squared. And so I can tell D is wrong for that. So you can eliminate that way if you don't remember the multiplicity rules. Let me see time. Okay. Which of the following could be the x coordinate of a solution to the system of equations above? All right. So I'm going to use substitution. So we're going to plug in. Let's put the timer back up. I think my computer's doing pretty good. X plus 2 squared plus, instead of y, -2x plus 4 minus 3 squared equals 40. Okay, then this becomes x squared plus 4x plus 4. Simplify, right? That becomes -2x plus 1 squared, which becomes, if I FOIL, I'm just foiling in my head, it becomes 4x squared minus 2x, which is -4x plus 1 equals 40. That becomes 5x squared. These cancel. And that becomes 4 plus 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. Subtract 5 from both sides. X squared. 5x squared equals 35. Wait a minute. What? Oh, yeah. Divide by 5. X squared equals 7. X equals square root of 7. Boom. Yeah, I remember that answer. That's definitely right. 14, the equation above can be used to model the population in thousands of a certain city T years after 2000. According to the model, the population is predicted to increase by 0.5% every n months. Well, I can tell you this. Right now, that's the amount it's increasing every 3 years. Okay, why is that? Well, because if I plug in 3 for T, and T represents years, it's going to be 3 over 3, which is 1.005 to the first power. That's going to literally increase it by that 0.5%. So that means and then in 6 years, it's going to be this squared, which represents doing it 2 times, so on and so forth. So that means every 3 years. Well, now they're saying, hey, what about months? Well, if it takes 3 years to go up by that much, just convert it to months, and it's 3 times 12, which is 36. Which of the following is an equivalent form of the expression blah, blah, blah? Okay, FOIL and then combine. So this becomes, here, I'm going to write this out so you see what I'm doing when I'm foiling. For those of you who have forgotten maybe how to FOIL, maybe you haven't, but okay, so then distribute this minus, it becomes minus 2x plus 4, right? That minus cancels that. Distribute. I get 4x squared. This becomes negative 4x and negative 4x, which is negative 8x. That's the part I'm doing in my head usually. And then negative 2 times negative 2 is plus 4. 2x plus 4. These guys combine and these guys combine. 4x squared minus 10x plus 8. And then this one's out and this one's out. Almost right. So if that's the case, then we need to factor this into one of these. Hold on. Star method. No, star method won't work because it's not fully simplified. So we're just going to have to go for it. It's got to be 2x and 2x because they both have that. Actually, I could FOIL these and figure out which one equals this. And I actually think it's this one. But no, it's not that one. Wait a minute. What the heck? I think I made a mistake. Oh, I did make a mistake. Check it out. Let's see if you guys caught it. This is, that's supposed to be minus 2. I don't know if anybody caught that. I bet people caught that. I mean, that's supposed to be, not minus 2, that's supposed to be plus 2. Wow. All right, now it's 4x squared minus 10x plus 6. But these are still both wrong. Now it's definitely that one. Okay. 2x minus 3 minus 2. Yeah, because that makes positive 6. And then that's negative 4x, negative 6x gives the negative 10x. Yeah, it's D. I didn't mess that up yesterday, so there you go. Second time is not necessarily better. Number 16, in the equation above, what is the value of S when t equals negative 1? Don't forget, we're now on the free response. There's always a reset of difficulty, so this first one's pretty easy. Plug in negative 1 for t. Add 1 to both sides. S equals, divide by 2, S equals 6. Boom, done. Just making sure. I just don't want to make any silly mistakes here. 17. What is one possible solution to this? Okay, I'm going to FOIL this out. Again, it's x squared, and then it's x times negative 1, x times negative 1. That's negative 2x, and then negative 1 plus 1. And then subtract 3x, x squared minus 5x. Add 5 to both sides, plus 6 equals 0. Factor. Why did I do minus 3 and minus 2? Because those multiply to 6 and they add to negative 5. So my two solutions are 3 or 2. They would both zero this out. Just go with the smaller one just for fun because it said one possible. In the complex number system, what is the value of the expression? Okay, you got to know a couple things. But the main thing to know is I squared is negative 1. And if I squared is negative 1, I to the fourth is I squared times I squared, which is negative 1 times negative 1. So I to the fourth is just 1. So that becomes 16. Negative 8 times negative 1 is positive 8, right? That minus is really negative. And then plus 4. So that becomes 28. 24 plus 4 is 28. Done. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Numero 19. The table above shows two pairs of values for the linear function. So this is linear. The function can be written like this. What is the value of a plus b? So basically what they're saying is put it in linear form, add the slope plus the y-intercept, boom, done. So what is the slope? It's nice in this format, so we're going to subtract down, right? It's the difference of the y's over the x's, so it's negative 5 over negative 4. So the slope is 5/4. So we already know that's my a value, but whatever. But now we need to get it into this format. Oh, I know what we can do. I did this differently the first time, but I got a really good idea. So it's y equals negative 5/4 x plus b. All we need to do is solve for the y-intercept. We don't even have to, you know what I'm saying? And then we just add 5/4 to whatever that is. Wait, was it? Sorry. It's positive 5/4. My bad. Positive 5/4. So I'm going to plug in one of these points, 8, 12. So y is 12, right? Y and f of x are the same. Times 8 cancels to 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 12 equals plus b. Subtract 10 from both sides. b equals 2. So 5/4 plus 2, which is really 8/4, right? Common denominators. My answer is 5 plus 8 is 13/4. And you can enter it as an improper fraction as long as it's fully simplified, which it is. Last but not least, number 20. Segments OA and OB are the radii of a semicircle. That's just a half circle. So those two are congruent. Arc AB, which is this whole thing, has a length of 3 pi, and OA has a length of 5. That's the radius is 5. What is the value of x? All right, as soon as we're talking about arc length, get your arc length formula. Arc length is central angle, which here is x, divided by 360. Even though it's a semicircle, we still want to treat it as if it's a regular circle, times 2 pi r equals the arc length, which I'll just say, let's denote it as L. Okay. Now let's start plugging in. So x is my unknown. 2 pi and the radius is 5 equals the arc length of 3 pi. So this, of course, becomes times 10 pi equals 3 pi. Very nice to divide pi and get rid of that. Then the 10 and that cancels out. So now it's x over 36 equals 3 multiplied both sides by 36. We get x equals 108. Make sure I didn't make a mistake there. Hold on. So 10 pi. So 1 over 36 equals. Yeah. All right, that's it. We're going to stop the clock. Now, I remember this test pretty well, and I don't have the answers handy, but I'm pretty darn positive I got all those right because I just did this yesterday. Let me just make sure. 13/4, it's 28/6. Like, I remember those really well. I know that's right. That's definitely right. That's definitely right. That one's right. Yeah, I remember this really well. 5/2, I can't remember that well, but I'm pretty sure I got that right. Oh, I can plug it in. 5 halves, that becomes 7 halves. That becomes -7. 8x minus 7x, right. That one's definitely right. This one's definitely right. This one is for sure right. 8, I checked it. This one was, I mean, it's got to be right, right? If I plug in 0, I get 1. If I plug in 1, I get 4. Boom, done. This one's good to go. That one's good to go. It's 9 plus 12 is 21. X squared. Yeah, that one's good to go. This one's definitely good to go. -2 up 3 over 1. And that one. All right. Let's see how it was. First of all, let me respond to some of your guys's. All right. Sounds like it was definitely not glitching, which is exciting. Very exciting. And let's see, what do we got here? So listen, here's the deal. Yeah, Reddit is the place where you can find these. I like that you guys are supporting each other. That's awesome. Hey, you're very welcome, Suyesh. Is it bad to get 15 out of 20? There's no such thing as good or bad. And I actually think 15 out of 20 is pretty solid. Can you do better? That's the question. And that's the question you want to ask yourself. How much work are you willing to put in? But it's a great, I think it's a solid starting point. So Quayne, you said 5/4. Oh, you're saying for the slope probably, right? I've gotten 770. Holy smokes, 770, and you're trying to get to an 800. Man, you're doing the right thing coming here. You're obviously very close. It's a very small difference between a 770 and an 800. And if you're getting that consistently, just analyze every time what you're getting wrong and why, and just keep practicing to narrow that gap. Yeah, I'm going to try and do some English stuff. Yo, you're welcome, Lucas. Yeah, College Panda is definitely harder than the real SAT, but that's why I love it. It's a good way to cut your teeth. A lot of my students really feel like College Panda in particular has helped them grow. Okay, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, wow. Thank you for all the likes, guys, and thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be doing a bunch more of these as well leading up to the August SAT, so I'm going to make sure to get you guys ready and prepped and just so you can knock it out of the park. If you haven't clicked that like button yet, please do if you did like this video. And by the way, if you haven't checked out my math puzzles channel, make sure to check it out. I got 41 math puzzles and counting up there right now. And that's just go search for Huzaifa Math Puzzles on YouTube, but you can also go to my homepage and there's a link to it there. If you like math puzzles, which I have to believe you do if you're here right now, and you enjoy the math and are striving to better yourself, like check that out. Ooh, I got a dislike, man. But anyways, check that out if you want. And you can see if it's your cup of tea or not, but hopefully you like it. And guys, again, thank you so much for joining. I'll be doing another one tomorrow. Hopefully I'll figure out when that is tonight so we can all see ahead of time and plan around it. Have an awesome day. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video.